Okay, welcome everybody back to Peaceful Bend, and I'm here this week with Glen Bardgett, and Glen is the wine buyer for Annie Gunn's restaurant in Chesterfield, Missouri. And Glen, could you tell us a little bit about your job and a little bit about Annie Gunn's restaurant too?
My job is wine director. I don't really work on the floor as a sommelier or a waiter, but I buy the wine for the restaurant, train the staff, and hopefully convey my excitement and interest and enthusiasm for wines to the staff whenever possible. Annie Gunn's is it's basically a bar with $50 steaks and 800 wines. Not that everything's a $50 steak. We've got great burgers, and you can get a great cold glass of Budweiser there too, so it's not all expensive. But the idea is we want people to come there and
Budweiser,
and have the experience. We want people to come in and have the best dining experience we could possibly give them. Our staff is very well trained. They're very well versed in the foods and the wines that we sell, and have the opportunity to interact with our customers as much as the customers would let them.
Okay.
Some customers don't want to talk very much or don't know what questions to ask.
Yeah.
Our staff makes their customers very comfortable.
Okay, great. So I got a question on my email from a gal named Marge, and she was asking about the whole routine with wine when the waiter brings the wine out to the table.
The scary part.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's she supposed to do? I mean, she was like, well, they put the cork in front of me and the glass, and I don't know what to do.
Well, there are a couple of reasons for putting the cork in front of you. When you remove the cork from a bottle of wine, most corks will have a name on the cork. At one point, historically, maybe 100 or 200 years ago, occasionally an unscrupulous wine merchant might have a bottle where they would remove the cork, put a different wine in, and then replace it. And sometimes the wine didn't match the cork. So the cork should match the label.
Okay.
That isn't an issue very much anymore.
Okay.
It's an old tradition where theoretically, if you look at the cork of the wine and you smell it, and you can tell if the wine's bad.
Okay.
That's mostly bogus. Because you can have a cork that smells terrible and the wine could be perfect, and you can have a cork that smells great and the wine could be spoiled.
I didn't know that.
So,
I learned something.
Okay. It can go either way. So it's more of an affectation. What I like to do with the cork is you can bounce the cork off the tablecloth and see if you can stand up on the end.
Oh.
That's the most fun I have with a cork. Otherwise,
it's a game. It's
once it's taken out of the bottle, it really doesn't matter.
It's a stupid human trick. Okay.
Yeah. It's a stupid human trick. And about 10% of my wines are screw tops.
Oh, okay.
And with the screw top, we remove the screw top, and the server puts it in their pocket immediately.
Okay.
So you don't present the screw top. If you don't present the screw top, why present the cork?
Yeah.
It's a tradition as much as anything else.
Okay.
But it doesn't really tell you much of anything about the wine.
Okay.
You still need to taste the wine and determine whether the wine is a sound wine. That's really the whole purpose of it.
Okay.
Does it taste good? Do you like the wine? Is there spoilage? Is there a problem? Is it oxidized? Is it the right temperature? Is it a red wine that's cold? Is it a white wine that's warm?
Okay.
You know, you examine it before you accept it as a purchase. And once you say, pour it, theoretically that wine's yours.
Okay. Okay, so they have a chance to, when it's poured it a little bit in the glass, you have a chance to try it and see, is there a problem with this wine? And if there is, you can send it back.
Some people don't necessarily recognize the problem. They'll say, I don't like this wine. Well, if you don't like the wine because it has a spoilage or a bacterial problem, then the wine is the problem. If you don't like the wine because you ordered the wrong thing, that's really not the wine's problem, that's your problem.
Sure.
But most restaurants really can't force people to buy wine they don't like any more than if they bring out your steak and it's overcooked. You know, you can't make them eat it if it wasn't served properly. So it's really up to the restaurant to maintain that the wines are going to be properly stored, properly served, and theoretically, the wines that they're going to like.
Okay.
If a customer gives you the right information.
Sure.
If you don't have enough input about whether they like dry or sweet or oaky or light or heavy, then it's kind of hard to give them a wine they're going to like if they don't know what to ask for. But for the most part, people give you information about what they really like. Most good servers are at least they'll get a manager or a bartender to do that. Now, at our place, our people are very well trained.
Okay.
So most of our servers can really help you select the one you're going to like.
Okay. That was the other question that Marge had was if she didn't know anything about the wines that were on the list, what should she do?
Well,
And that was
what I would suggest to Annie Gunn's is we have 800 wines on our wine list, which is
that's a lot.
Overwhelming
Yeah.
amount of wine. We do about 40 wines by the glass. So even if you don't want to buy one of the wines by the glass, if you taste a wine by the glass to determine your taste. So it's, okay, here's Chardonnay, here's Riesling, here's Vignoble. This is sweet, this is dry, this is oaky. If you can give the customer a couple of small tastes of wines, you can probably figure out pretty closely what their taste is going to be. Then if they tell you, I'm going to spend $30 or $50 or $100, you can lead them to something they're probably going to like once you determine what their taste is.
Okay.
And 40 Wines by the Glass gives us a chance to taste a wide range of styles of wine. So even if they're not buying exact wine, we can give something in that category.
Sure. Okay.
Once you sample it, that's good. You got to get it in their mouth.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Glenn, thank you very much for joining us today and giving us some great tips.
It was a pleasure, Kate.
And what's the website for Annie Gunn's if you want to learn some more information?
AnnieGuns.com. Annie Gunn's with 2 N's. AnnieGuns.com. Annie Gunn was the owner's
close up on your shirt. AnnieGuns.com. Well, thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you at the winery sometime.
Look forward to seeing you on the website.
Yeah, great. Bye.
All right, thanks.